Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Larry Olson, and I'm a specialist in neuroscience and cognitive psychology. And I wanted to spend some time with you at this point in your life to talk a little bit about this concept of confidence. Have you heard it before? Most people, interestingly enough, are suffering from low self-esteem and a lack of confidence. Now, some things are very positive in, very confident in, but there's other things that they're kind of staying away from just because they've either had bad experiences before or they've talked themselves into the fact that they're not good at that. One way or another, they have now formed a belief about themselves. And what's really interesting, to be able to build confidence, we have to recognize again that element that I talked about in another video on YouTube, which was the brain not knowing the difference between what we imagine and what actually takes place. And this is where we want to make the change. It's not enough to say, I want to change and today's going to be different. It's important that we reprogram our brain, because our brain is what is creating the conditioned response element that takes place. And now that we're transitioning, now that we're learning more about the brain, we don't want to live a life of cause and effect. We want to be able to create the effect rather than having some old cause trigger for us. In other words, it's getting a certain situation, we get angry. We didn't choose to get angry. That was a conditioned response to a given stimuli. Now, in order to develop more confidence, we need to get into a concept which will actually change the brain through our dendritic connections. It'll fire new neurons called neuroplasticity. You've heard of it. And you do this not through affirmations, but through what are called vision statements. And vision statement is something that I've been working with for over 40 years now, which is a statement of fact or belief accepted literally by your subconscious. So we are programming ourselves to think differently. The excellence formula is, rather than working harder or smarter at what isn't working, think differently to accomplish more. And to think differently, we need to think differently, and we need to do it on purpose. So a vision statement as I have is, I feel empowered, joyful, and courageous because I look forward to and seek new opportunities. Now, as I share that with myself, my conscious mind knows what I'm doing. My unconscious doesn't care whether I'm imagining it or it's actually happening to me. And if you want to build confidence by allowing the outside world to tell you how amazing you are, you got quite a wait in store for yourselves. And more often than not, when we do get those compliments and we don't believe them in advance, we find ourselves not in a position to be able to accept them anyway. So I want you to practice that. I want you to practice envisioning, and I've got a great program that you can access. All you got to do is leave us a link below. And it's about 5 steps to goal accomplishment, which is absolutely powerful. And the base program is the breakthrough program that in 60 minutes will change the rest of your life. I believe you've got that kind of time to invest, and I can't think of anything better than any of us can invest in than ourselves. So rather than working harder or smarter, think differently to accomplish more. Talk to you next time.